Megan and Sky, it was just 8 months ago that the men's basketball season came to an end after a loss in the CIT tournament. And since then, head coach Matt Matheny and his players have worked countless hours in preparation to make another run at that SoCon title. The sting of defeat is still fresh for the Phoenix, but Coach Powell is already planning towards next year. He and his staff will meet to begin planning for the transition to the CAA in the next couple of weeks. A big part of Elon culture is attending sporting events like football games here at Rhodes Stadium. Now, the story of Elon Athletics is a fascinating one, but amongst all the wins and losses is a story of passion and determination. Elon Athletics first heard about the problem on Twitter. They also say there is no clear-cut policy on handling situations such as this one, but say that the security should have relocated the fan who had complained. The men's golf team is moving on after longtime head coach Bill Morningstar walked away from the program last season. This year, the team looks to adapt to a new coach and a new system. Well, Sky, it should be a relatively quiet week on campus, but on Saturday, the men's soccer team will host Appalachian State, our arch rival, and they'll look to get their 8th win on the year. Rudd Field was rocking Thursday night for first-round action of the NCAA men's soccer tournament between Elon and Clemson. More than 3,300 fans were on hand to witness the first NCAA tournament game held on Elon's campus. The Tigers dominated the first half, outshooting Elon 8-1, but failed to score a goal. After coming out of halftime scoreless, Elon drew first blood in the 59th minute with this goal by junior Jason Waterman to put the Phoenix up 1-0. However, Clemson responded 10 minutes later with this goal to tie the game at 1 with 20 minutes left in regulation. Neither team could find the back of the net during that time span nor in double overtime, which left the game to be decided by penalty kicks. Elon got things started with this goal by Matt Wesco to put the Phoenix ahead. Clemson responded with a goal of their own but would miss the next 2 shots. That left Waterman with one last chance to win the game for the Phoenix, and he zips the ball past the keeper for the victory. Elon defeated Clemson 4-1 on penalty kicks and will advance to the second round of the NCAA tournament. The Phoenix will face #1 ranked UCLA in Los Angeles on Sunday.
Tell them, baby, go to LA! Go to LA, let's go!
Elon Athletics encourages school spirit, but for some students at Saturday's game, their spirit ended with a personal escort out of Rhodes Stadium. In a season where wins are hard to come by, the Elon football team still manages to produce a lively game-time atmosphere for the Elon community. But for junior Michael Lindsay, Saturday's game was a little bit different.
People in the yellow jackets came down to us at one point, and they were telling us we need to sit down or we're going to get kicked out of the game.
But Lindsay chose to keep cheering.
And then later in the game, probably like 30 minutes later, we all stood up at once, the entire section, and then they came back down and were saying again that we were going to get kicked out.
A security officer escorted Lindsay and his friends out of the stadium after receiving a complaint from another fan in the adjacent section. But according to Elon Athletics, the security volunteer did not have the authority to remove them from the game. Junior Casey Brown was also in the student section, and she says she was not happy with the situation.
It's just kind of stupid because it's the student section of the football game, and it was on a rainy day that they were lucky that there were any of us.
Brown voiced her concerns on Twitter, and word spread quickly.
And so somehow some Elon Athletic representative heard about it, I guess, and they just and they walked down and were clearly given a stern talking to the person who had kicked us out of the game. And at that point, we were all let back in and without a problem.
And Brown thinks the decision was a good one.
Elon Athletics promotes living the maroon life, so they should support all of us being there and standing up and being into the game. And no matter if it's 12 of us or there's like 50 of us.
Today we'll look at 3 plays from the Elon-Coastal Carolina matchup. The first is Kier Brown's 55-yard run to set up an eventual Elon touchdown. Before the ball is snapped, Brown is located next to quarterback Mike Quinn in the backfield. As the ball is snapped, Brown comes across the formation and takes the ball from Quinn. At the same time, left tackle Clay Johnson pulls from the opposite side of the formation and lead blocks for Brown. As he approaches the sideline, Johnson makes a block on the linebacker, and wide receiver Rashawn Rory seals the outside, making a clear running lane for Brown. Our next play is B.J. Bennett's score early in the second quarter. On this play, Elon tries to trick the Chanticleers by sending QB Mike Quinn out as a receiver, leaving Bennett alone in the backfield. When the ball is snapped, left tackle Jacob Engel pulls across the formation and allows Bennett to plow through the line and into the end zone for the score, just like the first play. Our final play is D'Angelo Henderson's rushing score to put the game away for Coastal Carolina. Here, the Chanticleers receivers are lined up in a diamond formation,
leaving the right side of the field wide open. Henderson comes across the formation as the ball is being snapped and takes the handoff. He has two options. He can either sprint to the outside and beat the defender, or cut back up the middle. Henderson cuts up the middle, slips a few tackles, and makes his way into the end zone. That's it for this week. Thanks again for watching this Phoenix footage breakdown.
A big part of Elon culture is attending sporting events like football games here at Rhodes Stadium. Now, the story of Elon Athletics is a fascinating one, but amongst all the wins and losses is a story of passion and determination, which has led the Phoenix to where they are today. 125 years. That's thousands of games, thousands of athletes, and years of history in the record books. Junior basketball star Zora Stevenson is well aware of this milestone year and loves being a part of it.
Only one team can say that they are part of the 125th anniversary.
But Stevenson understands this is more than just a time to celebrate, but also a time to honor those who came before her and uphold the Phoenix pride. It all starts in 1900. Elon's first intercollegiate athletic event was a series of baseball games between Guilford College. Over the next 20 years, Elon began to establish itself as an elite collegiate athletic program. In 1922, Elon switched its nickname to the Fightin' Christians, a name that first described the spirit of the Elon athletes.
I think a sports writer said something to the effect that the Christians were fighting the Quakers of Guilford.
Elon Athletics continued to evolve. Elon saw its biggest push in athletics under the direction of Alan White. White first came to Elon in 1964 as a football coach and earned title of athletic director in 1979. White established Elon's second collegiate women's program, tennis.
Well, I was personally glad to see that occur, and I was glad that there was impetus there throughout the nation for trying to bring more women's sports to the athletic world in college.
At the turn of the century, Elon underwent more major changes. The Fightin' Christian fought its last battle with Elon, choosing a new mascot, a phoenix. For some fans, it wasn't an easy transition.
The name itself brought on some controversy because there were some that had been Fightin' Christians for forever, and they wanted to remain Fightin' Christians.
Every school has its legends, but some stand out more than others. One Elon standout is Jesse Branson. In the winter of 1963, Branson set 7 Elon basketball records and tied another. The following season, Branson concluded his career in the maroon and gold as the holder of 17 Elon basketball records. Bill Morningstar played on his team.
Playing with him was an outstanding 3 or 4 years, and he's been a true friend through the years.
Football sensation Rich McGeorge emerged as a star. The 6'4", 235-pound tight end caught 224 passes for 3,500 yards and 31 touchdowns in his college career. McGeorge was later a first-round draft pick by the Green Bay Packers in 1970 and played 9 seasons.
All-American twice, and he was most valuable player in the conference twice. He was most valuable player in the district. He was just a phenomenal receiver.
And then there was Kay Yao, who left her mark at Elon through women's athletics. She began her college coaching career in 1971 by coaching Elon's first women's basketball and volleyball teams.
When women's athletics first started, she was the forerunner for that and got it all organized and going.
Elon Athletics dominated the 1980s, and some call it a turning point in the sports program. It all started with back-to-back football championships, one of which was played right here at the site of the old Burlington Memorial Stadium.
I can remember being on the field and just thinking that for the first time in your life, you're the best at what you do in your division, and everybody felt that way.
Jerry Tolley is currently Elon's town mayor, but served as Elon's football coach from 1977 until 1981. Tolley led Elon football to a 13-1 campaign in 1980, including a 17-10 victory over Northeastern State, which landed the team a new title, national champions.
So we knew we were going to have a good team, but whether we really thought we'd win a national title, I don't think so. But I thought we might be able to if things fell into place.
But the successes didn't end there. The next season, Elon won its second consecutive national title, knocking off Pittsburgh State of Kansas 3-0. The game marked the first time in NAIA history that a private school had won back-to-back titles. With that win, the NAIA honored Jerry Tolley as Division I National Football Coach of the Year. The Phoenix continued to collect championship banners and trophies, and beginning next year, Elon will try to set new records in yet another new conference, the Colonial Athletic Association.
Moving to the Colonial footprint provides an awful lot of opportunity.
The Phoenix has had a proud past and looks to be heading for a promising future.
That's what 125 years means to me. It's all of the traditions that come together that will form the next 125 years.